So I believe in universe synchronicity. I was born and raised in Christianity, and there are a lot of parts of Christianity that my soul and spirit always believed to be true, to a point of when you ask a person of faith, they say, I just know it to be true. And then eventually I was able to separate the parts of religion that I didn't actually believe, ironically, by that same intuition that taught me that it was true. So I just realized the intense drive that woke me up spiritually to be a good person and live beyond myself and have gratefulness to powers that be that are beyond my own humanity led me out of the religion that I thought was the reason for all of it. So I believe in universal synchronicity. I believe there's a creator, and I believe the universe works in this function of chaotic structure or seamless, or it's hard to explain, multiple dimensions, but somehow all sovereign, independent of one another, but in harmony at the same time. Isn't it interesting? And sometimes I wake up at 3 o'clock. It seems like every other night I'm waking up at 3, in the hour of 3 o'clock. And I'm sure some of you guys have heard that the hour of 3 is like the witching hour or whatever. That's a spin of terror on something that I do believe is true. And I think it's the hour of kind of spiritual activity. And it's because if you think about time, time is an illusion created by man. And it's useful in many cases. It's structured. And I'm not here to say time is wrong, or that's not my point. But like last night, for example, I woke up, right? And it was 3:33. And I woke up and I just grabbed my phone. It's because I knew it's like my body was asleep, but my soul was never asleep. I knew what was going on the entire time. So instead of like waking up and feeling like groggy and like I didn't know what was going on and I was restarting like a computer, I woke up and knew exactly what was going on. It's because I think I'm starting to train my body to recognize that I exist outside of the actual physical body skeleton of myself, and the needs of my brain and the needs of my my body. I always want to use that term over and over again, but the needs of my body. So like, for example, at the end of the night, I need to sleep. But the activity of my spirit doesn't actually ever stop. And they say that when you're dreaming, your brain actually can't comprehend. It doesn't actually know how to distinguish the difference between dreaming and being awake. That's why when you dream, it feels so real, and your body can exhibit the same amount of feelings or pain or whatever you want to call it as when you're awake. Now, of course, physically, your body's not in pain, at least not in most cases, as when if you were in reality, you could die or you could feel pain, break your arm, things like that. But I wake up and I knew exactly to check my phone to see what time it was, just because I was curious. I was like, man, because I have vivid dreams and I've lucid dreamed before, and I try to train myself by always asking myself, am I dreaming? Because if you're in a dream, you won't be able to see all 5 fingers. There'll be like 7 or 8. It won't be like 5. It can't be, because it's not real. You're seeing your brain's depiction of what you would look like, but it's not real because you're still in a dream. And then when we're awake, there's this constant battle of consciousness and reality. And that's where I think we mess up emotionally, because we have a hard time allowing reality to check what we want to happen in our imagination. Whereas in a dream, we don't have to check with reality, so we can do whatever we want. Isn't that interesting to think about? So life is not a dream, but there are abilities for us to insert our imagination, our world, into the world of reality. And I think that's what coexisting is about. And I think humanity's on the verge of evolving into neo-humanity, where people are going to be aware of that and use it for a positive evolution for the entire human species. So just wanted to rant about that a little bit and get it on record. I love you guys. I hope you're able to lucid dream. Practice that. Start telling your brain, am I dreaming? Because eventually, if you do it while you're awake, when you're actually cognitive of it, you'll start doing it when you're asleep, because your brain gets in a habit, and it's going to do it whether you're awake or not, because you have a soul that exists outside of your body. Still under 5 minutes. I love you all. See ya.